Hi everybody, welcome to another Chats with Children. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Kimberley Barnes, who is the event director at Clarion Events, and today we're going to be talking about their upcoming event, which is Advanced Therapies Connect. So hi Kimberley, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Actually, it's not so cold as it was a couple of days ago. The sun's shining where I am in Surrey, so I'm very pleased actually.
Oh, I'm in Surrey too, but I have my heating on, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was wearing a hoodie the last 2 days, so there you go. So I've decided not to wear it today, so that's all good. So we're going to talk about Advanced Therapies Connect, but before we start talking about that, I think it'd be quite useful for people to understand a little bit more about Clarion Events, and in particular, the events you do within life sciences and your role at Clarion.
Sure. So as you mentioned, I'm the event director for the Clarion Life Science portfolio, Phacilitate. So I started working at Phacilitate 7 years ago as a graduate, and just fell in love with life science events in general. I used to do, and I still do, the research for Phacilitate. So we speak with a lot of customers, and we really understand advanced therapies. And I think through that, I found a passion in advanced therapies. I just really believe they are the future of medicine. So here I am 7 years later. It's actually my 7-year anniversary today at Phacilitate, which is just popped up.
Well, congratulations, actually. That's really good. In fact, I'm about to celebrate my 1 year when I was getting on a plane to Boston to start my business, actually, to go to a couple of events, which was this week, in fact, last year. So there you go. We can both celebrate together. So
It's a celebration. Yeah, but with Clarion in general, with their life science business, we only specialise in advanced therapies, so we don't work across other sectors of life science, and that happened about 4 years ago. We did used to have vaccine events and big data events, but we just started to find that actually we all started getting really passionate about advanced therapies, and so we put all our eggs in one basket and thought, let's become specialists in this area. And that's where Phacilitate come from, and obviously the advanced and our work in advanced therapies. So we run 2 events a year. One's located in the US, one's located in Europe. And then we have working groups and member meetups, which just allow the industry to connect more frequently throughout the year.
Fantastic. And forgive my ignorance, because I'm not a scientist, right? So although I've been working in life sciences for about 4 years now, so I know a little bit. So what would you define as advanced therapies?
So it's cell, gene, and immuno-oncology, and obviously with tissue engineering as well.
Right, okay. So obviously there aren't any live events running at the moment. Everything unfortunately has been put on hold. I know in the UK now live events are allowed to start going on from October, and so I know there's still a couple, but I actually produce a weekly update of all events in life sciences, which has actually had, it's a bit of a chore, but I do it every week, is got about 100 to 200 events easily over the year in Europe and so on. And it's been amazing and sad in a way to see how so many events have switched from live to virtual over that period. So how have you as an organization and as a portfolio of Phacilitate, can you support the advanced therapies community throughout this pandemic?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really sad that live events can't run, and we're all really, really gutted. It's a big part of our business. Sure. And although we are primarily an events business, we're always looking for ways to support the advanced therapies community on their commercialization journeys. So over the last 2 years, we've actually launched the Exchange, Women in Advanced Therapies Mentor Program, Phacilitate Match, and our membership offering. So all 4 of these initiatives have carried on supporting the community throughout the pandemic in a way we just didn't have the face-to-face communication. And I'll go into a little bit more into each one. So the Exchange is our content platform, and basically what we do with that is it gives the industry current news, insights, and webinars. And then we've been having a lot of fun recording our brand new podcast, which is called Phacilitate Talk. And we release episodes of that every 2 weeks. And that's an idea that we come up with probably about a month into lockdown. And this is a really great chance for us and the industry to just get up close and personal with key opinion leaders in advanced therapies.
Right.
And then we got Virtual Match. Again, Match has been something that we've had at our live shows. We decided to launch it virtually back in April. And the purpose of this is to help biotechs meet the right commercialization partners. The Match is a matchmaking concierge service, and we do all the hard work behind the scenes to make sure biotechs are meeting the right companies, and that's to help them overcome commercialization challenges. And then in the last few months, we've enrolled 3 biotechs into the program and have helped them secure some successful partnerships as well. So that's been a success. Obviously, a way that we're supporting Women in Advanced Therapies, which I mentioned, is a mentorship program, and that's been really well received this year. And the idea behind it is to help retain, develop, and promote women. And the idea is we want to create leaders of tomorrow and encourage new women to join the sector. And I guess one of the purposes of this is there is a skills gap in advanced therapies. I mean, I speak to a lot of customers, and something that comes up as a challenge is the fact that there's a skills gap right now. You know, there's not enough skilled workers coming into the industry.
Right, sure.
And sorry?
No, so I was agreeing with you.
yeah, and I think that's one of the things with Women in Advanced Therapies. If we can mentor these women, we can really, it's a way to help bridge that skills gap. So in the last year, we have matched 10 mentors with 10 mentees, and the list is growing every month, which is great.
Fantastic. All right, so let's talk a bit more about Advanced Therapies Connect. I mean, you decided to launch this virtual event at the end of September. So what is the main focus? Why have you launched it? And actually, from my perspective, because I go to a lot of virtual events through lots of organisers, luckily they let me come, and I was saying, so how does this differ from what's already out there from a virtual events perspective?
Yeah, so Advanced Therapies Connect, we're going to be hosting that on the 29th and 30th of September. Over the past couple months, we've been speaking with our customers, and it became clear that they have been struggling to make meaningful connections during this time. So people were missing those moments of natural connection you get at live shows. What I mean by natural connection, it's not necessarily the partnering meetings that you have in place, but it's when you bump into someone randomly over a coffee, and you find out you went to the same university, or or they've got a solution to the challenge that you currently have, and you've become partners. So that's the natural connection that people are missing, and it is hard to replicate that virtually, but we've challenged ourselves to do that. And so the purpose of Advanced Therapies Connect is that it's a 2-day matchmaking event, and it's all about accelerating meaningful connections needed to keep advancing innovation in the field. And I guess how it differs with what we've really focused on is, what we've really focused on is the natural connection aspect. So a lot of virtual events out there focus much more on the content, and although we do have content, we've really worked out how we can try and create moments of natural connection virtually. So I'll go into a few of those anyway. I
was going to ask you anyway, so yeah, I'm glad you do those.
Yeah,
that's my big question mark in my head, how are you going to do that?
Yeah, so I guess these are a few things to look forward to as well. We've got the pub quiz and the cocktail making masterclass at the end of each day, and these are going to be really, really fun. We're looking forward to both of those. But the idea behind these is that we're going to get everyone into random teams, and then everyone has a chance to connect with people on a much deeper level, but they don't know who they're going to be in a team with until the day. And obviously we want to try and match it with the right people and create these, again, moments of connection that you might have at a networking event at a show. And the idea is that we're going to get everyone into teams and make it as a competition, so everyone gets really engaged, and there will be prizes as well. That's one way we're going to try and connect people. Another way is that we've brought in coffee hangouts, which all have fun themes and questions for people to connect over. So the theme might be something like, how did you cope working from home when you have kids there? Or what is your favourite lockdown memory? And basically what we're trying to recreate are those random chats you have at the coffee station. You know, as I mentioned just a minute ago, that's what people are missing. So the beauty of these coffee hangouts is that we're going to be using Zoom rooms, and you won't know who's going to pop into the room with you. And it might be 5 people, 10 people, whatever, however many people, depending on how many people join. And it will just be a way for everyone just to have a really random chat. And that's why we put in these fun themes to try and recreate just a more fun conversation. And then if they want to carry on talking, they can set up a partner meeting after.
Brilliant. That sounds really interesting, actually. Well, I will look forward to attending, actually, and trying to hang out in some of those little coffee places and see what people are saying.
I mean, it's the first time we've done it, so it could, it's all trial, but you've got to try things out.
I agree 100%. If you don't try it, you never know, do you? That's the thing. So you have to do it. And I think that's a great idea that you're actually trying to think of different ways of doing things. So that's excellent. So in terms of the people who are attending, I mean, who do you think will get the most value out of the event?
Yeah, so the whole event is really set up to help biotechs progress forward on their commercialization journey, and that's our mission at Phacilitate as well. So they will have a chance to meet with service providers who want to help them design their commercialization strategy, but also have access to investors who are actively looking to invest in advanced therapy treatments. Our content is also designed for biotechs, and it's a chance for them to, find out or get insight on building partnerships for success, how to, lead a truly innovative company, or just get ahead of the curve by understanding the challenges that keep popping up in late stage commercialization. So especially in these early stage biotechs, they need to be thinking earlier and earlier about what late stage commercialization looks for their therapy. So I think the whole event has been designed with the biotech in mind.
Fantastic. Okay, so looking ahead, what can we expect from Phacilitate in the future, and actually what do you see as the future for events with life sciences? It's a big question. I mean, obviously a lot of people are planning for next year already. We're into that period now where people are looking at their budgets and trying to decide what's going to happen, but obviously there's still a lot of uncertainty without a vaccine. I know a lot of events in January, for example, have already gone virtual rather than committing to live, or others are putting a hybrid version out there for the time being, or some are just going out with a live one. So from your perspective, both from an organisation, from Phacilitate's perspective, but also as a business, I suppose, how do you see events evolving 2021, I can't get my dates right.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
2021 onwards, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, we're just really looking forward to getting back to live events, and we believe that Advanced Therapies Week, so the event that happens every January, we believe it's going to be one of the first live events back for the industry. Whether this be in January or later in the spring, we are going to run this when it's safe to do so, and we're doing a lot of research at the moment and making sure when we do bring it back, but we are going to be one of the first live events back for the advanced therapies field, and looking forward to bringing that. And sadly, we were actually one of the last events for the field this year. Back in January, it was the end of January, and countries started going into lockdown soon after.
Yep,
so
yeah.
I guess it's a year on. We other things that Phacilitate to look out for, I guess, and what you can expect from us in the future is just keep an eye out for our new diversity and inclusion initiative that we'll be launching towards the back end of this year.
Right.
And we're also really excited about our membership offering and looking forward to building this community and keeping the advanced therapies industry connected to 365. That's a few things to look forward to and things to expect from us. In terms of events, we are going to come back with a bang. I really do believe it. I think that after speaking to customers, people are really missing the live event experience. Like I mentioned earlier about the natural connection, you can't replace that. And hybrid's going to have a place in the future. I think that now that we've started doing virtual shows across the whole event industry, and every industry has really been looking at virtual, and obviously look at us doing a Zoom interview right now, hybrid is going to have a place in the future. And I think that live shows won't run without a virtual offering attached to them, and that's going to be where the event industry innovates.
Yeah, well, I agree 100% with you. As I said, I mean, I love events. I was going to at least one event a week from September to March until lockdown, and I think it's true. But I think, like you said, it's created opportunities. It's not been ideal, but it's created opportunities, and also I think a lot of events have created new audiences they wouldn't have otherwise had because they've gone virtual, because people who couldn't have got the funding to go or couldn't have got the time off can now actually go. So it's how you utilize the two together to maximize it. And, hopefully the people who always love going will will carry on coming, but you can hit people who can't make it for whatever reason as well. So that's the great thing about that. So, well, look, that's all we've got time for, but I really appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me today. I mean, it's been really interesting. You know, I've learned a lot more about Phacilitate and what Clarion do, because I didn't know a lot of that stuff actually. So it's been really interesting from my point of view as well. And I hope you have great success with all the initiatives you're trying out in September with the event. If you want to know more about the event, there will be a link above the video which you can click on to find out more about the event and to register as well. And if you've got any questions for Kimberley, by all means, put some comments below the video, and I'm sure she'll be delighted, you can tell, to
I love
answer,
talking.
to answer any of those questions. She'll be delighted to do that. So, but all that stuff to say is thank you very much for taking the time out to chat to me. I know it's not something you do a lot in terms of doing a live Zoom video, but I appreciate you taking the time to do it. It's been really interesting, and good luck with the event. And as always, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you found that useful. And as I always say, stay well and stay safe. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.